Hi guys! Welcome sa Engineered Math channel. Sa video na to ay magsasolve tayo ng more force vectors problems in 3D. So kung gusto nyo itong matutunan, just keep on watching. Okay, so this time ay magsasolve lang tayo ng more examples about force vectors problems in 3D. Okay, so i-apply natin dito yung natutunan natin so far sa previous videos ko about Cartesian vectors, both in 2D and 3D, as well as yung multiplication of vectors. Okay, so kung hindi nyo pa napapanood, isilink ko na lang para ma-check nyo kasi kailangan natin yun dito para mas maunawaan nyo yung solutions na gagawin natin dito. Okay? Kasi as we all know, in engineering disciplines, either in engineering mathematics and engineering sciences, foundation is the key. Okay? So magsasolve tayo ng sets of questions. So let's have the first problem. Express the force F shown as Cartesian vector. Okay, so meron tayo ditong rectangular coordinate system with x, y, z axis, as well as meron tayo ditong force F with magnitude 200 na merong angle of inclination between the y-axis, which is itong 60 degree. So, parang siya si theta y, right? And then, meron din tayong angle between the force F and the z-axis na 45 degree. So, parang siya si theta z. Okay? So, kailangan daw nating mahanap yung vector representation ni force F. So, kailangan natin makuha yung vector F is equal to fxi plus fyj plus fzk. So, ito yung form natin ng vectors base dun sa video ko about Cartesian vectors in 3D, right? So, mapapansin nyo, meron tayong dalawang angle na given. Di ba meron tayong formula dito na yung force F can be equal to magnitude ng F times cosine theta xi plus magnitude ng F times cosine theta yj plus magnitude of F times cosine theta zk. So, meron na tayong theta y, theta z, tsaka magnitude. So, masasolve na natin ito. Ang kulang na lang is wala tayong theta x. Okay? So, paano natin mahanap si theta x? So, in particular, ito yon, yung angle between the force vector F and the x-axis. So, unknown pa siya. So, diba meron tayong tinatawag na direction cosines nga. Ito nga, cosine theta x, cosine theta y, tsaka cosine theta z. Tapos, in-equate natin yon sa video ko about vectors in 3D, right? Yung u sub x equal siya sa cosine theta x, yung u sub y is equal to cosine theta y, and u sub z is equal to cosine theta z. Ito yung mga component ng unit vector in the same direction as another vector. So, dahil mga unit vector to, kapag kinuha natin yung magnitude, so parang ito yung unit vector natin yan, diba? uxi plus uyi or uyj plus uzk. So, bale, ang magnitude niyan is square root of ux square plus uy square plus uz square. Dahil unit vector, dapat naka-equate sa 1. So, pag sinubstitute natin ngayon in terms itong mga cosine nung theta y, theta z, tsaka theta x, so meron tayong theta y, tsaka theta z, masasolve natin si theta x, right? So, sige, substitute natin. Cosine squared theta x plus cosine squared, ano yung theta y, 60 degree, plus ano yung theta z, cosine squared, 45 degree. Then, square root is equal to 1. Okay? Now, to solve for theta x, square natin both sides. So, magiging cosine squared theta x plus cosine squared 60 degree plus cosine squared 45 degree. So, pag in-square natin, wala na yung radical, magiging 1 na lang. Then, transpose everything to the right except for this cosine squared theta x. We have 1 minus cosine squared 60 degree minus cosine squared 45 degree. Then, square root both sides, we have cosine theta x is equal to plus minus square root of 1 minus cosine squared 60 degree minus cosine squared 45 degree. Okay? So, meron tayo dito ang cosine theta x is equal to what? Using calculator. plus minus 0.5, right? So, meron tayong dalawang value. So, pwede yung cosine theta x natin is positive 0.5 as well as yung cosine theta x natin is negative 0.5. So, kapag inarc cosine natin, so dito muna sa 0.5, ano yung theta natin kapag positive 0.5? 60 degree, right? And then, kapag negative 0.5 naman yung cosine natin, ang theta x natin is arc cosine ng negative 0.5. So, using calculator, we have theta x is equal to 120 degree. So, ano yung proper na theta na dapat natin gamitin dito? 60 degree or 120 degree? Kasi kung mapapansin natin dito sa graph, nasa positive y-axis yung ating f. Right? So, therefore, dapat less than 90 degree yung ating theta x. So, ang dapat nating kuning value ni theta x dito is 60 degree. Okay, so therefore, meron na tayong theta x na 60 degree. So, since compare na tayo sa lahat ng theta, as well as meron na rin tayong magnitude na given ng force F, which is 200, pwede na nating i-plug in dito sa formula. So, therefore, the force vector F is equal to, so, magnitude of F is 200 times cosine theta x. So, cosine, yung theta x na nakuha natin is 60 degree times I plus magnitude 200 times cosine theta y. So, theta y is 60 degree times j plus magnitude 200 cosine theta z, which is 45 degree k. So, therefore, ang final Cartesian vector natin, using calculator, simplify lang natin tong bawat xyz component. We have 100i plus 100j plus 141.4k. Okay? Next, we have two forces act on the hook shown. Specify the magnitude of F2 and its coordinate direction angles of F2 that the resultant force Fr acts along the positive y-axis and has a magnitude of 800 Newton. Okay, so meron daw tayo ditong hook, which is this, at merong dalawang force na nag-act, which is itong force F1 with magnitude 300 Newton, na meron ding certain angle between the x and y axis. So, yung theta x is 45 degree, theta y is 60 degree, at yung theta z is 120 degree. Tapos, meron din tayong unknown force F2 na nag-act din sa hook. So, meron tayong given na magiging resultant daw nila is a force Fr along the positive y-axis and has a magnitude of 800 Newton. So, therefore, pag dinraw natin yun, let's say ito yung resultant nitong dalawang vector. Okay? Tapos, applying parallelogram rule, so, idodraw ko yung parallel dito na F2, tapos yung parallel dito na F1. Okay? So, alam natin na kapag naghahanap tayo ng resultant, i-add lang natin yung bawat included na force vectors dun sa system. So, parang Fr is equal to F1 plus F2, right? Bale, malalaman natin tong value nitong Fr kasi along the positive y-axis lang naman siya, tsaka may magnitude siya na 8. So, therefore, yung Fr natin is, diba meron tayong formula na yung any first vector can be written as its magnitude times yung unit vector in the same direction sa kanya. So, UR. Since along the positive y-axis lang naman siya, therefore, meron lang siyang j component, right? So, therefore, ang pinaka-resulta natin is 800 times, ano ba yung unit vector sa y? Which is j, right? So, 800j. Okay? So, meron na tayong 800j equal to, so, itong F1. So, mahanap natin yung pinaka-Cartesian vector nitong F1 kasi meron tayong magnitude tsaka yung mga theta x, theta y, tsaka theta z niya. So, applying yung formula kanina sa example 1, so F is equal to, ano yung magnitude? 300 times cosine theta x, 45 degree, right? Times I plus 300 ulit, magnitude times cosine theta y, ano yun? 60. Okay, 60 degree, then times j plus magnitude ulit na 300 times cosine theta z. Ano yung theta z? 120 degree. Then, times k. So, using calculator, masasolve natin to as what? Simplify natin yung bawat component. we have 212.1i plus 150j minus 150k. Okay, so ito si F1. Ngayon, si F2. So, di ba ang form lagi ng ating first vector, let's say F2 na is, meron siyang fxi plus fyj plus fzk. Ngayon, pag inequate natin lahat ng mga nakuha nating values, yung fr is 800j equal itong f1, right? So, kopyahin ko. Plus itong fxi plus fyj plus fzk para sa f2. So, hanapin natin yung fx, fy, fz para makuha natin yung f2 vector. So, paano natin gagawin yon? So, combining similar terms, dito muna sa right. So, combine natin yung mga I. So, 212.1 plus fxi plus sa j, 150 plus fyj plus negative 150 plus fzk equal to 800j. So, para maging equal itong dalawang vectors, dapat i-equate natin yung ijk components nila. So, dito sa kabila, wala tayong I components. So, 0. So, parang 0i plus 800j plus 0k din. So, equate natin yung mga I. So, 0 is equal to 212.1 plus fx. So, solving for fx, we have, so, distribute lang, we have negative 212.1. Then, same dito sa j component, equate natin yung 800 dito sa 150 plus fy. So, fy is equal to 800, transpose si 150 minus 150. So, fy is what? 650. And then, last for fz, so, equate natin yung 0 kasi wala tayong k, equal dito sa negative 150 plus fz. So, fz is equal to transpose positive 150. Okay? So, therefore, meron na tayong f2. So, fxi, so negative 212.1i plus fyj, which is 650j, then plus fzk, which is 150k. So, therefore, this is the required vector f2. Okay? Now, pinapahanap yung magnitude. So, magnitude ni f2 will be square root nung sum ng squares ng ijk component. So, negative 212.1 square plus 650 square plus 150 square. So, using calculator, approximately it is 700 Newton. Okay? Na ano pang pinapahanap? Yung coordinate direction angles. Yung theta x, theta y, tsaka theta z. So, sige. So, theta x will be r cosine ng fx over magnitude ni f, right? So, nakuha na natin yung fx. Negative 212.1 over ano yung magnitude ni f2. Given na nakuha natin is 700. So, r cosine nito will be, using calculator, 108 degree. So, take note, dahil negative yung r cosine natin, more than 90 degree siya, kaya 108 degree. Then, yung theta y will be r cosine naman nung fy over magnitude. So, r cosine ng ano yung fy? 650 divided by magnitude 700. So, therefore, using calculator, we have theta y is 21.8 degree. Then, lastly, theta z will be r cosine nung fz over magnitude. So, we have r cosine, ano yung fz? 150 divided by magnitude na 700. So, using calculator, ano si theta z? 77.6 degree. Okay? So, therefore, these are the coordinate direction angles ng F2. Okay? Next, we have the roof is supported by cables as shown in the photo. If the cables exert forces FAB is equal to 100 Newton and FAC equals 120 Newton on the wall hook at A as shown, determine the resultant force acting at A, express the result as Cartesian vectors. Okay, so meron daw tayo ditong roof na sinusupport ng dalawang cable from A to B tsaka A to C. na merong force na 100 Newton tsaka 120 Newton respectively. Hanapin daw natin yung resultant. So, kailangan daw natin yung resultant in Cartesian vector. So, kailangan natin i-transform itong vector force FAB tsaka vector force FAC into Cartesian vectors, tas i-add lang natin sila para makuha natin in vector form din yung resultant. So, paano ulit maghanap ng vector in 3D? So, let's say dito sa vector FAB. So, yung magnitude niya, so magnitude nung FAB times unit vector in the same direction as AB. Okay? Meron na tayong magnitude, 100 Newton. Kulang na lang is itong unit vector in the same direction as AB. So, apply natin yung paghanap ng vector between 2 points using coordinates. So, di ba? Meron tayong point A to B. So, ano yung coordinate nitong point A? Given dito sa dimension, nasa z-axis siya. So, 0, 0, 4. Kasi 4 meters above z-axis. And then itong point B, nasa y-axis lang. So, therefore, wala siyang y tsaka z coordinate. So, therefore, yung x units natin, bale, is itong 4, right? So, 4, then 0, 0. Okay, so kuhain na rin natin itong point C kasi kailangan natin to sa unit vector in the same direction as FAC. So, bale, itong point C is at, so, sa x, meron siyang 4 units. Tapos, sa y, meron siyang 2 units. So, 2. And then sa z, wala kasi nasa xy plane lang siya. So, 0. Okay? So, kuhain ngayon natin yung unit vector AB based on the coordinates. So, yung unit vector AB is equal to the vector AB over magnitude nung vector AB. Right? Okay. So, take note of the direction from A to B tayo. So, ito yung x sub 2, y2, then z2, then ito si x1, y1, z1. So, formula is x2 minus x1. So, 4 minus 0, 4, then times I. Plus, y2 minus y1. So, 0 minus 0, so 0 times j. Plus, z2 minus z1. So, 0 minus 4, negative 4. So, minus 4, then times k. Over square root nung 4 square plus 0 square plus negative 4 square. Yung magnitude nila. Okay, so we have, bale, 4i minus 4k divided by, anong square root ng 4 square plus 0 square plus negative 4 square? 4 square root of 2. So, meron na tayong unit vector in the same direction as AB. Multiply na lang natin sa magnitude ni FAB, which is 100. So, 100 times 4i minus 4k over 4 square root of 2. So, pag sinimplify natin, distribute natin lahat ng constant, ang makukuha nating FAB is what? 70.7i minus 70.7k. Okay? Ngayon, para naman dito sa force FAC, so yung force FAC vector naman is yung magnitude ni FAC times unit vector in the same direction as AC. So, meron na tayong FAC magnitude 120. Hanapin na lang natin yung unit vector in the same direction as force FAC. So, hanapin natin yung vector AC over magnitude niya. Okay? So, we have, take note, from A to C, so yung x2 natin is 4, y2 natin is 2, at z2 natin is 0, and then x1, y1, z1 pa rin si point A. So, substitute. So, we have x2 minus x1 times I. So, 4 minus 0 is 4. So, 4i plus y2 minus y1. So, 2 minus 0 is 2j plus z2 minus z1 is 0 minus 4 or negative 4k. So, minus 4k over magnitude. So, square root of 4 square plus 2 square plus negative 4 square. So, we have 4i plus 2j minus 4k divided by, ano yung square root ng 4 square plus 2 square plus negative 4 square? Eksakto to, right? 6. Okay? So, multiply ngayon natin sa magnitude ni FAC na what? 120. So, bale, FAC is 120 times 4i plus 2j minus 4k over 6. So, makukuha natin si force FAC as So, simplify natin, distribute yung mga constant. We have 80i plus 40j minus 80k. Ngayon, makukuha na natin yung resultant FR pag inad natin itong dalawang Cartesian vectors F1 plus F2. So, substitute natin. Si F1 is ito plus si F2 is ito. Okay, combining similar terms yung ijk components. So, combining similar terms for the I, we have 70.7 plus 80 is 150.7i. Then, for j, plus 40j lang. Then, for k, we have negative 70.7k minus 80k. We have negative 150.7k. So, therefore, this is the resultant force vectors Fr. Okay? Next, we have the frame shown in figure below is subjected to a horizontal force F equals to 300J. Determine the magnitude of the components of this force parallel and perpendicular to member AB. Okay, so meron daw tayong given frame na to, tapos subjected dito sa portion na to nung frame with a force F equals to 300 Newton. Ngayon ang tanong, hanapin daw natin yung magnitude ng components nung force F na to perpendicular tsaka parallel dito sa member AB. Okay? So kapag parallel, hahanapin natin yung component nitong vector force F na same line of action dito sa member AB. So parang pag dinraw natin, dapat inline siya dito sa member AB. So ito yung parallel. Tapos kapag perpendicular, dodraw lang tayo ng perpendicular dito sa parallel component ni force F dito sa AB. So let's say ito, F perpendicular. Dapat 90 degrees sila. Okay? So, paano natin magagawa yon? So, pwede nating mahanap muna yung parallel dito sa AB. Paano? Kasi pwede natin gamitin dito yung orthogonal component nitong vector F dito sa direction ng member AB. Kasi pwede nating makuha yung using dot product concept, right? Pwede nating makuha yung vector or direction nitong member AB through coordinates kasi meron tayong given dimensions, right? So, kuhain muna natin yung vector nitong force acting along AB, parallel dito sa member AB. Paano? Kasi meron tayong point A to B na yung point A is the origin. So, 0, 0, 0. And then itong B, pag chinek natin yung kanyang coordinate, we have dito sa x-axis, meron siyang 2 units, so 2. Then sa y-axis, meron siyang 6 units. And then sa z, meron tayong 3 units, so 3. So yung coordinate ni B is 2, 6, 3. Okay? Ngayon, mahanap natin ngayon itong force vector parallel dito sa AB by applying yung formula kanina. So yung magnitude, so force FAB times unit vector in the same direction as AB. So, pwede nating mahanap itong magnitude ni unit vector in the same direction as AB using yung formula for vectors for 2 points. So, vector AB over magnitude ni AB. So, we have, so, bale from A to B. So, ito si X2, Y2, Z2, and then ito si X1, Y1, Z1. Which actually, dahil origin naman, kapag minus natin yung x2, y2, saka z2 dito sa x1, y1, z1, laging ito pa rin yung 2, 6, saka 3. So, parang 2i plus 6j plus 3k over yung magnitude na 2 square plus 6 square plus 3 square. Right? So, we have 2i plus 6j plus 3k over ano yung square root ng 2 square plus 6 square plus 3 square? 7. Okay? So, ito yung unit vector in the same direction as member AB. Ngayon, pwede nating mahanap yung component nitong force F, actually yung orthogonal component nitong force F in the direction of AB, which is ito yung parallel na required sa problem. Applying yung formula natin na yung magnitude ni force F cosine theta is equal to unit vector in the same direction as AB dot F. kung maalala nyo dun sa video ko about multiplication of vector. Pag dinrap natin yung perpendicular dun, ito yung magiging f cosine theta. Itong dimension na to, which is required sa problem, right? So, nakuha na natin to, yung UAB. So, 2, so distribute ko yung 7 2 over 7i plus 6 over 7j plus 3 over 7k. Idadot natin dito sa f, given na 300j. So, applying yung dot product, add lang natin yung product ng corresponding ijk term. So, sa I, we have 27 times. So, dahil wala tayong I component tsaka K component dito sa force F, 0 sila, right? So, times 0 plus sa J, 67 times 300 plus 37 times 0 si K, so 0. So, parang cancel lang to. Meron lang tayong 67 times 300. So, ilan yun? 257.1 Newton. Okay? So, ngayon, ito na yung una nating sagot. Yung component ng F na parallel dito sa member AB is yung magnitude niya is 257.1 Newton. Ngayon, paano natin mahanap itong magnitude nung perpendicular naman component dito sa member AB nung force F? So, pwede nating mahanap ngayon yung pinaka-vector FAB o yung vector na parallel component dito sa F. Paano? Kasi meron tayong formula kanina na to, di ba? So, kanina wala pa tayong magnitude ni FAB. Ngayon, meron na tayo, which is yung nakuha natin na to, di ba? Yung 257.1. Then, multiply natin sa vector UAB, which is ito. Yung 2 over 7i plus 6 over 7j plus 3 over 7k. So, ito, CF parallel, right? So, pag sinimplify natin, distribute, using calculator, we have 73.51i plus 220j plus 110k. Okay? Ngayon, ba't ko ito kinuha? Kasi, di ba, kapag component vector tayo, itong F parallel tsaka F perpendicular, parang yung resultant nila is itong F. Right? So, parang F is equal to F parallel plus F perpendicular. Eh, meron tayong value ni F tsaka F parallel. Nakuha na natin to, right? Ito na lang F perpendicular. So, masasolve natin to. We have F perpendicular is F transpose minus F parallel. So, plug in natin. Ano ba yung F? 300J lang, right? Minus, ano yung F parallel? Ito. So, copy ko na lang. Okay, so, simplify na lang natin tong vector. So, F perpendicular will be, pag sinimplify natin to, combining similar terms, we have, so, yung J lang naman yung mako-combine natin. So, copy ko tong negative 73.51i, then 300 minus 220j. Positive 80j, then minus 110k. Okay? Ngayon, ang pinapahanap is yung component niya. So, kuhain na lang natin yung magnitude nitong F perpendicular. So, ang magnitude niya is square root nitong negative 73.51 square plus 80 square plus negative 110 square. So, using calculator, ang masasolve nating value dito is what? 155 Newton. So, therefore, this is the value of the magnitude of the component of vector F perpendicular to member AB. Okay, so I think that's it for this video, solving more vector problems in 3D. So, practice lang kayong mag-solve ng more problems para ma-master nyo yung topic na to. So, sana ay may natutunan kayo sa video na to at maraming salamat sa panonood.